Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook every morning. Well, Monday through Saturdays, 10:30 in the morning, where we take a look at headlines from our city, our state, our country. We take a look at your comments, your questions, your ideas, and combine all this information so that we can together connect better with one another and with Puerto Vallarta, our city of choice, as a community of English speaking locals. Today is Friday, September 23rd, and it's a pleasure to get together with you. If I feel or seem a little droopy eyed, it's because I did not get a lot of sleep last night. There were so many wonderful things to take in from yesterday's meet and greet that I don't think I was able to close my eyes and fall asleep before 3 o'clock in the morning. And of course, we get to talk about our get together in a little while. But first, please let me welcome everyone to this morning's broadcast. If this is the first time that you're joining us live, please let us know with a nice little new comment in your comment. The word new. See, I cannot even speak. And we will give you a nice little welcome. And of course, if you have something truly important that you wish to share with us, a capital letter Q will go a long way for us to notice your comment. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube later on in the day, we don't have live commenting on YouTube, but we love you. We love it when you like our broadcast. We love it when you follow our channel. You know, every time you click the follow button or the like button, a really wet, moist tamal falls on the head of your least favorite person. I'm serious. I really am. So you really, really want to consider that. Yeah, I know, Luna. Shut up. No, seriously, if you like what we do, please click like, please click share, please tell people, because it goes a long way to help us. Anyhow, today we have more Jalisco news about the earthquake. We have yesterday's tropical storm now has a name. We have news about that column of smoke, black smoke, that we all saw in the northern part of the city yesterday, and we kept wondering, what the hell is that? And we have other assorted news items. And of course, we'll give you a blow-by-blow of our get-together from yesterday, why we chose to get together in the first place, why it was important to once again do it at Whiskey Kitchen. So let's get started. First of all, you may want to know the number of Jalisco municipalities that have reported severe damage as a result of the earthquake that shook southeastern Mexico this week. I should say earthquakes. has now increased to 12 municipalities. There are reports of 243 homes with partial damage and 59 that were completely destroyed, with the worst damage taking place in the municipality of Toliman. There are also a number of churches and schools throughout the state that have reported damage, and it's good to know that Puerto Vallarta, despite the fact that we have seen photos and videos, is not among the 12 municipalities that have endured the most damage as a result of the earthquakes. But of course, now deputies from the Morena and Hagamos political parties are proposing a statewide earthquake detection system that would ring an alarm some 90 seconds prior to an earthquake in a similar fashion than those installed in Mexico City. The proposal is supposed to go to the state Congress this coming week. If you noticed a black column of smoke in the north of the city yesterday but didn't call to report it, we have the scoop. As it turns out, Puerto Vallarta's naval zone was conducting a fire drill within their premises. They must not have notified anyone because apparently a number of people kept calling emergency to report the black smoke and possible fire, but apparently everything was under control. And that tropical storm with a generic name that we mentioned yesterday is now strong enough to be called Newton. And as we mentioned yesterday, it will continue its path away from the coast and is not expected to turn into a hurricane, if at all, until Saturday. That said, let's take a quick look at our weather forecast, which I forgot to turn on. Let me play the weather forecast music as it comes alive. Don't let this nice weather fool you. The end is nigh. N-I-G-H. N-I-G-H. Let me whip out my dictionary. N-I-G-H. Nigh. Almost a car waiting nigh on 2 tons. Preposition. The end is near. Oh, okay. Well, maybe snarky weather didn't get the memo because fall started last night. We'll talk about the fall in a second. Anyhow, it is 28 degrees nigh. N-I-G-H. That must be like Old English. 28 degrees feels like 36. Humidity is at 100%. Fahrenheit degrees right now are 82. And of course, our weather forecast for today, which is Friday, by the way, is rain and humidity throughout the day with a high of 31 and a low of 25. Tomorrow, Saturday, possible light rain in the evening with a high of 31 and a low of 25. And then Sunday, we'll have humid and a mostly cloudy day with a high of 32 and a low of 25. I love learning new words with you. And speaking of nigh, the end is nigh. In case you did not get the memo, the fall equinox was last night. It was literally as we were enjoying ourselves at Whiskey Kitchen. There are 2 days in the year in which night is precisely as long as day, and that would be the spring equinox and the fall equinox, which of course took place last night. I thought you would want to know. But of course, we won't see a weather change for a few days, a few weeks maybe. So, but fall is near. Fall is coming, yes. And also, in case you were hoping to conduct official business at any of the city's dependencies on Monday, please keep in mind that the state celebrates Public Servant Day on Monday, so the government will be closed with the exception of the firefighter, police, traffic, public services, and civil protection departments. Moving right along, it's still over a month away, but local authorities are already in close coordination with organizers of the first ever Ultra Trail Mont Blanc race to take place here in the state of Jalisco, headquartered in Puerto Vallarta, from October 28th to 30th. The event is expected to attract over 2,500 trail or long distance runners from around the world along with their families. So it will be a big deal for our city. And when I say long distance, I mean long distance. The shortest category in which you can participate is 10 kilometers, but then there are races of 20 kilometers, 50, 100 kilometers, and 100 miles. So the event is not for the faint hearted, but it's good for the city and it's great for our economy. And I will leave you with the website, which is very interesting to see because we can see details about each one of the routes, and some of the routes are really challenging. And one thing that caught my attention is this little tab here that says get involved, and they have volunteering opportunities. This reminded me of when I used to do a lot of long distance bicycle rides when I was living in Boston. I would either do rides or I would choose to volunteer because it was fun. It was great eye candy. And there will be volunteering opportunities. Of course, now I'm 60, so I don't know if I would enjoy it as much. But if you want to be part of the action, if you want to be up close and personal with this event, there are volunteering opportunities available. There are some things that we are not good at planning ahead for, but here in Mexico, you can count on us keeping track of our long weekends. And the next one is coming up from Friday, November 18th to Monday, the 21st, which is commemorating, of course, the beginning of the Mexican Revolution. And since many people from Guadalajara will probably be thinking of coming here, if you ask me, that weekend might be just a perfect weekend to go and enjoy Guadalajara. Here's a little something that is not related to anything, and I don't know why I think you may be as interested in what to watch on television as I am, but I thought I'd share this one. Stephen King, the world-renowned author of mystery and horror books, Stephen King tweeted, 5 Days at Memorial on Apple Plus is the best limited series I've seen this year. He also called the series heartbreaking. 5 Days at Memorial is a series about the impact of Hurricane Katrina on a New Orleans hospital. And of course, if Stephen King tweets something like that, it's worth paying attention. In my book, no pun intended. And before we get into yesterday's event, I have to share a couple of things. But first, I'd like to ask a question because I'm not sure of the proper usage of the expression, it's not for you to know. Is the expression used to refer to things that you would not necessarily know? It's not for you to know? Or is that expression used to say it's none of your business? Because if it is the latter, that's not what I mean when I use it. But I'm going to use it just now, meaning that it's you wouldn't know unless I told you, but I thought you should know. It's not for you to know that Cepal has been doing their thing around my neighborhood for the last 4 or 5 days. And this is good because they're working on our water supply network. But of course, this means that I haven't had a proper shower for the last 4 days, and I haven't been able to wash my clothes or anything. Oh, it is none of your business. Well, that's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Thank you for clarifying that, Jill. But then Meredith says it's something not being shared. Well, what I mean to say is you wouldn't know if I wouldn't tell you. And of course, I don't tell you about my woes because I don't necessarily want to bore you with them. But I have not had. Oh, okay. 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 No, well, this is not. Well, it's none of your business whether I take showers or not, but I thought I would share it. You know, all good things come at a price. And I am sure that we'll have wonderful fresh water coming out of the faucets in a few days or so, I hope. But not being able to take a proper shower certainly puts things in perspective, and it is definitely a lesson in humility, not humidity, humility. I also wanted to touch base briefly on something that you would not know unless I told you, which is this business with earworms. I tell you, I think God, she must have had a bad press conference or team meeting with other deities when, God noticed that one of the deities was not paying enough attention. So she said, you're not paying enough attention? Here, I'll give you something that will consume your attention. Boom, earworms. And I think that's how earworms came to be. God was not being paid attention. Anyhow, I think there are two kinds of earworms out there. There are the kind that are not so malign, which are when you know of the song and it's sticking to your brain, but you know the song. So um, you know that if you listen to it enough or you're singing enough, sooner or later it'll get away from your head. But then there are those earworms of songs that you don't know the title of, and they consume you. And I have been the victim of one of such earworms for the whole week. And the good news is that I now know the name of the song that has been punishing me. But I keep thinking about the noises that I was willing to make, because for the last 2 days I've been thinking, oh my God, I better share with the cluster. Maybe if I sing parts of these songs, um, they will know them. They will know the song. But it's not like it's an easy song, or the parts of the song that I remembered, it's not that easy to reproduce. So I'm going to make a fool of myself and try to sing to you what I thought I would sing to you when I was trying to remember this song. Well, first of all, okay, here goes the two sections that I remember of the song. One of them goes, do 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 huh. Okay, so that's one section of the song, and the other section of the song goes something like da da do oh, oh, da da do oh, oh. And I, for the life of me, I could not figure out what the hell this was, and I thought, okay, it's got to be Coldplay. So I went through all of Coldplay's best hits on Spotify, and it wasn't. And then I thought, well, it's got to be the sexy guy, the other band, not Coldplay, but the other band. And I looked at all of their hits, and I could not figure this out. I tried singing it to Google. Google said to me, "What the hell are you singing?" And then finally, God took pity on me and sent me information. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Jesse, it is Bruno Mars. And it took me forever to figure it out, but thankfully God took pity on me. But here are the sounds I was trying to make right now. Yip 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 yip. Ooh, that's the part of the song that I remembered. And then there was the business of the oh oh oh. But of course, I am this ignorant about current pop music that, anyway, I thought you should know that I have spent sleepless nights trying to figure out what was this music. But again, now God has freed me from my misery. And see, look at you guys. You guys knew who it was. So now I'm having this renaissance of Bruno Mars. He is amazing. I mean, have you guys seen this guy perform? He is just so freaking amazing. It's not even funny. The end. So now let's talk about yesterday, and I'm going to break the headline. The headline of yesterday, there were so many wonderful things about yesterday. Here's how yesterday came about. We know that our resident Punmeister has been trying to sell his bakery. Of course, we're talking about Raymond Dunn, for quite some time. And apparently, Raymond found a buyer for Paradise Bakery. And Raymond called me one day, and he's like, I really need to make a very important announcement to you. And I figured, oh, well, if Raymond is summoning me, this must be important. So what Raymond wanted to meet with me was to let me know, which I thought was really flattering. And the reason why Raymond wanted to let me know is because despite the fact that he had been trying to sell it for a year, I believe, and he had not been able to find a suitable buyer, he found a suitable buyer at Whiskey Kitchen during one of our get-togethers, one of our Coffee and Headlines meet and greet. And did I say Paradise Bakery? I meant to say Artisan Bakery. My bad. Anyhow, so I was very flattered that they chose to tell me, or they chose to give me this advance notice. And I told him, because this is what we do at Coffee and Headlines, how can the cluster support you? And that's where the idea came about of doing yet another meet and greet at Whiskey Kitchen, because it was at Whiskey Kitchen that they met. And of course, as locals that like to support other locals, I figured, well, this will give us a whole wonderful opportunity as a cluster to support this transition. Of course, Raymond will continue to be in touch with us, but he is moving back to the United States for health related reasons. However, he has vowed, and I believe him wholeheartedly, that he will continue to be our pun meister here at Coffee and Headlines. Not to mention the fact that his doctors, this is an interesting fact, his doctors are here in Mexico. Despite the fact that he's going back to the United States, he chose to remain under the care of his Puerto Vallarta physicians. So that is why we met. How did it go? Oh my God, it was absolutely wonderful. I got there 45 minutes early because I wanted to grab a bite. I had not had a chance to eat. I figured if I get there early, I won't be busy greeting everybody and making everybody feel comfortable. But of course, by the time I got there, there were already like 15 people there. A very sweet woman whose name escapes me, and that's my bad, and I apologize for that. But a lovely lady, cluster member, and her husband decided to bring name tags this time around, and which I thought was absolutely sweet and wonderful. It had nothing to do with me, but I was very grateful for that. She brought 60 name tags and she ran out. I mean, at some point of the evening, there were more than 60 of you attending, and I thought that was absolutely wonderful. Of course, Gina and her staff were going totally nuts. Thank you, Ted. Thank you. It was Wanda and Joe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for letting me know. And of course, what else? Well, of course, I wanted to make an announcement. So we had an announcement, and everybody was watching attentively when I made the announcement. And there is another detail. Of course, I'm not one to talk to you about what health related things are making Raymond make these decisions, because it's not my information to share. But I will share the following. It was a few weeks ago that Raymond said to me, because of my treatment, I'm always cold, he said. And I thought to myself, well, Raymond should not always feel cold. So part of what we did is I gave Raymond one of the shawls that I crochet. I said to him, I don't know if this will keep you warm, but we hope that the memory of it will always keep you comforted. And it was a very sweet, wonderful moment. Of course, Bill, who is the new owner of Paradise Bakery, brought us some goodies to try from did I say Paradise Bakery again? Artisan Bakery. My bad. Somebody spanked me, please. It was just wonderful. They brought treats. And then, of course, Gina finally unveiled the menu for her new venture, her new place, which is called Hot Fish and Chicks. And what else happened? Oh, my God. And, of course, Joshua, our resident tie-dye meister, showed up with a shirt that I had commissioned. You see, I love tie-dye. I love how beautiful his work is, particularly when it is, he makes these wonderful churches. Check it out. See? Isn't that a beautiful church? And of course, that is a religion that I feel very strongly about and love to pray to. So I was very, very happy with my new church shirt. I think it's monumental, and I will, of course, wear it proudly. What else happened? And Bill, new owner Bill says, "Amen, brother." I love it. So what else happened? Oh dear. I hope. Oh my God, Todd Friedman, who is our wonderful cable TV meister. He sent Raymond some flowers. Todd is presently vacationing with his husband in Hawaii. So I mean, it was such a wonderful afternoon, full of good vibes, and I was truly grateful and honored to be part of this community that you so lovingly maintain, because I may be the one that is broadcasting every single day, but it is you whose contagious um, passion for connecting and for good vibes and good deal sharing and good deed sharing is absolutely has become such an important part of Coffee and Headlines. I cannot thank you enough, and I cannot wait enough for the next meet and greet, which will be during the month of November, unless somebody comes up with another good important reason to schedule another one. So I hope this was enough of an account of what happened. Anybody that was not there was definitely missed, and thanks to the name tags, I should say, I'll be the first person to think they are essential because I am terrible with names, but being able to connect names with faces was extremely helpful this time around. So I am truly, truly grateful for that. Let's take a look at your comments. So many of them today. So let's go quickly through this. Many good mornings and happy Friday to everyone. Of course, happy Friday to you, David. It's always a pleasure to read you, and it's always a pleasure to read those of you that are close to Puerto Vallarta in your hearts and that are not here. Um, let's see. Hello from Reno, Nevada, says Rene Biondo. Biondo? Blondo. Biondo. Biondo, yes. Uh, are we having a tremor right now? Oh my goodness, Kelly, I certainly hope not. But I have to say something else that you wouldn't know if I didn't tell you. My chair, it's an office chair, the chair where I'm working. So it gives a little bit such that all of a sudden I think, well, is it my chair swaying or is the earth moving? This week has been challenging for me, and I'm sure for some of you also trying to get a good night's sleep. I had the chocolate croissant this morning and it was delicious. I'm going to have one just as I wrap up the broadcast. Raymond is still glowing. Well, Raymond, that makes two of us. It was such a wonderful time. And it was, of course, a pleasure to finally meet your husband. Let's see. Dave, I'm sorry you were not feeling good. But no need to spread germs is a very responsible answer. Hopefully, we will get to enjoy your company next time we meet. Catherine, you're still in Europe. Oh my goodness. When are you coming back? At chilly Waterloo. I love it. Do 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 do. I think I missed somebody who said it was he was new. Peter, welcome to the cluster. Let's see what else we have. Oh, Jesse, it's great to read you. I'm glad that you're here with us this morning. Oh, where's the music? Let me turn the funny music again, just because that was fun yesterday. Was it this one? Yes. Okay, so let's see what else. Do 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 do. Such a great event last evening, says Bill. So nice to see all of you. A very special thank you, to Gina and Paco. I am so grateful for this group. That makes two of us, Bill. You know, it's what's beautiful about this cluster is you give me so much meaning, and that means the world to me. Um, let's see. Doody doody doo. Oh, Ricky went and Googled the word nai. Nai? It was nai, right? I love it. Do, 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 do. It was wonderful meeting at Whiskey Kitchen last night, and thank you for making me feel welcome. Well, Brandy, that's what we do. And I loved your top. I mean, Brandy was wearing, it's so good to be a gay guy sometimes because you can stare at women's breasts. And when they know that you're gay, they don't take offense. Brandy was wearing this beautiful crochet top. It was kind of like a bikini thing. And it was just, I couldn't stop staring at it. It was just gorgeous. Let's see. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Paco, you always smell like pretty flowers. Shower, vaquero. I will try to shower again today. It's just been sprinkly efforts. Let's see. I try to hum to Google, but not to the lady speaker, and I fail. Yes, it is Bruno Mars. Let's see what else. Yes, Locked Out of Heaven is the name of the song, Debbie. I finally found that out. But I will have more trust in the cluster next time. I will definitely make more of a fool of myself and sing silly parts of songs that I don't remember. Mm. Da, 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 da. Love hearing about the wonderful cluster connections made here. You know, that makes two of us, Michal. That is just a wonderful thing to read and find out about. Um, let's see what else we have. Thank you for Tag Lady Name. Wendy, thank you so much for taking the initiative to bring the name tags. You are now officially our name tag mistress. Mistress? Name tag mistress? Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's see. I will forever treasure the beautiful gift, Paco. You better. I know you will. Karen says that's a Paco shirt. I love it. You know, at first I had said to my friends, I want to wear it for the event, but then I thought to myself, well, the event is an important one and a serious one, and I don't want to draw attention to myself. So that's why I didn't wear it first. But fortunately, Josh arrived at a time in which the formal part of the event was already over. So I was not even going to wear it, but somebody dared me to get naked in front of everybody, which was weird, but I'm glad I did. Let's see what else. Wonderful evening with great people and energy. Jeannie, I am so glad that we had the opportunity to have a short conversation. And again, thank you so much for the name tags, because they allowed me to connect you better in my mind with your name. Thank you so much. And the same thing goes to you, Karen. Again, there were 60 plus of you, and I always try so hard to try to spend some time with everybody and get to know everybody a little bit better. Let's see what else we have. I think we are getting to... Yes, this is true. If you have the recorded music, an app called Shazam will ID the song. I've used that many times, but of course you cannot sing whoa 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 to Shazam, because Shazam will think that you're crazy. Trust me, I tried it. Ricky says, just a note, your audio and video are not in sync. Thank you for the note, Ricky. Maybe you may want to send that note to the internet gods, because you can know with confidence that I don't go out of my way to desync my voice when I begin the broadcasts. Anyhow, costume change mid show. Diana Ross could not have done it better. You guys are too much. This brings us to the end of today's broadcast. Thank you again for nurturing my soul on a daily basis, and thank you again for being such a wonderful community. Thank you as always for your support, and hopefully we'll get together again tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, sometime soon. Have a great beginning of a weekend. Have a great beginning of fall, even though we still feel schwitzy, and I will see you again sometime soon.